Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have you here today. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Ranessa and this is R.Designs, where we talk about creative brand strategy, visual identity design or logo design, and website design. So I've been freelancing for about 5 years now, and I actually own my own agency. We are an LLC company now. So today we're just going to be diving into a design process where I will walk you through every step that we take to get to a final logo design, a word mark, the typography, the brand style guide, all of the things. So this is actually a personal project. Let me disclaim that this is not a real company. So it is along the lines of the companies that I would like to work with, but it is not a real company. The name of the company is Cysterlicious. So it is a PCOS meal kit meal kit delivery service. So it is geared towards women who are ages 20 and older, living on their own and too busy to cook, and they don't have time, but they don't want to eat out all the time because it's not as healthy. So this is a alternative for them, and the meals are supposed to be hormone and nutritionally balanced and all of the things. So I will show you the creative brief. We're gonna jump over into my screen and show you all of the things so I can walk you through the design process step by step. I'm so excited to have you here today, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, give it a like and a thumbs up, and comment below your favorite thing about the design. We are now at my computer. I am going to be doing some market research. HelloFresh was the one that came to my mind when I thought of meal kit delivery service. So it's very green, it's got a lime, and then it's a very boxy font. Their colors are very green, so healthy, giving off that healthy vibe. Apple Carrot is going to be heavy on the purple because of their name. I do like that they're using script fonts in with a serif font. Fresh prepared meals, that is really what Cysterlicious is going to be offering, so we might look at that. So I'm just kind of getting a feel for what they're doing. Looks like an abstract shape, so heavy on the purple, heavy on the health, health side of things, of course. Looks like a sans serif font, very boxy, still heavy on the purple. So I'm getting a lot of purples and greens, so we might try to include some oranges and pinks because we're really going for that fun, playful, and youthful vibe. Factor to me is gender neutral, so it is a very sans serif, gender neutral, black and white. We might stay away from that because we're really going to be marketing towards women with hormonal disorders, so I would say Purple Carrot may be our closest competitor here. We will keep these options in mind while we are building our mood board. I do like they've kind of got a mix of different colors here, but I'm really not sure. I guess their primary color is purple as well as the Purple Carrot. So I'm going to be building a mood board from Pinterest. So I'm really going to play on orange, pinks, let's see. I love seeing fruit in water. There's something about, it's just very refreshing. So I keep thinking of the creative brief, and we're going fun and playful, youthful, but I don't want to make it too young. I want to keep it, ages 20 to 40. So strawberry ice cubes. Okay, let's create a board. Okay, so now that I have several images brought into my Pinterest board, I'm going to pull in my favorite ones, and we're going to create two mood boards. I can't English. Two mood boards, and we're going to pick the one we like the best. Since this is for a fake brand, normally I would send these off to the client and have them kind of choose the creative direction we're wanting to go. So I'm kind of thinking pink and green, but not your usual green, more of this olive color green, or I'm thinking orange and green. I don't know, I'm vibing with the oranges. They are just really refreshing, summery. I like that feel. So we may kind of do two different directions and just see which one works the best. Hop on over to Adobe Illustrator with me. I'm going to create a new file because no one is actually going to see or use these images, so I'm not violating copyrights. I'm going to do two artboards, and I'm going to do 3,000 by 3,000. So it's a good square. So we're going to do the 2 directions here. I'm going to go ahead and create this mood board on this side. And we're going to go to object, and we're going to go to path, and we're going to go to split into grid. I'm going to do number of rows 3, number of columns 3. So I'm going to make all of these kind of orangey, bright orange. So this one I'm going to make kind of a slight pinkish color. So now I am going to pull in my images and start building a mood board. Okay, so now we have 2 separate mood boards. I have overlaid the colors and put the color palette, an optional color palette. This won't be the final color palette, but this is kind of a direction that we can move into. So comment below and let me know which one is your favorite. I really love both of them. So this is going to be tough for me to choose. I love it that typically the client chooses and I don't have to choose, but I really love both of them. I am leaning a little bit more towards the orange just because my personal taste, I prefer any color over pink. I'm not a pinky girl. I'm not a girly girl. So I'm kind of leaning towards the orange, but I do love the watermelon color palette a little bit. So I don't know, but I do want to stay away from the greens, and kind of stick with a more, orangey, pinky, and this kind of hits all of those tracks. And I really love this font style, so we might can incorporate something like that, or the lowercase and the uppercase letters. I really love that as well. So I think I am going to go with this mood board, and we will just see. Maybe we can incorporate this green a little bit. I don't know. We'll just see. But that is it for the mood boards. So comment below what your favorite mood board was and let me know. And we are going to get into the actual design phase now. Okay, so we are in the second phase of the design process, and I have chosen a selection of fonts that we can start with, and I've already begun sketching a few ideas of where the direction that I want to go for the logo mark a little bit, but we'll get to that in just a second. So based on our mood board and the brief for the brand, I'm really feeling the vibe, I guess you could say, of the bolder fonts. So I'm going to kind of weed these down to my top 3. This one is just a little too thin on some of the thin and thick strokes. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one because it just doesn't fit the aesthetic that I want. I do like this one. It is a very sans serif type face, and it's pretty playful. I love the curvature of it. It's very rounded, so we might hold on to that. I'm going to set it aside over here and come back to it. I keep looking at this one. I really don't like the C. I kind of want the C to be very rounded and bold, because I may do something with the C. So I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of that one. I feel like the letters are touching just a little too much. I could probably manipulate that, but I don't know if I want to go in that direction. Is this kind of similar to this font, I guess, with the curvature of the lines, swooping down. And I do like the bold features. Let's look at the glyphs and just see. Yeah, no, I'm thinking we are gonna toss this one as well. This one caught my eye just because of its really bold, rounded typeface. The Y here is just, I don't know what's going on with the font. I don't know if it was exported wrong, but it looks odd. We do have some curvatures we could play with. Let's look at the C, A, B. Oh, they don't have a C. Okay. So we may come back to this one. I love the vintage feel of this font. It is a scripted font, but it's just kind of giving me all the summer, vibes. I'm not sure I want to go with a scripted font. I really, I do like this kind of type up here, but the letters are not scripted. They are a sans serif, so I'm thinking we may toss this one as well. I don't know. I just really like that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I have a hard time choosing fonts, so. But I think for now, just because it doesn't fit with the overall look that I'm going for, we're going to toss that one as well. Now this one initially caught my eye because of the S and the T and the way that they are connected. And I believe the glyphs, yeah, so some of the glyphs were really interesting. Look at that A. I know Cysterlicious doesn't have an A in it, but it's just really cool to see some of these glyphs and the way that they connect. So I probably could incorporate some of these connections. I am kind of leaning towards this, even though the C is not that bold of a C. It's very thin. I could manipulate that a little bit. I really do like this font. So I think right off the bat, I don't care for this one. I don't like the S and the T. It is a sans serif font, but it's just not the bold, rounded edges that I'm looking for. So that one's gone. This one is very curvaceous, which I love. The curves, and I love that the letters are all kind of up and down. They're very bouncy, very feminine. I don't know. I mean, the thin lines are really thin, and I'm just not sure it meshes well with our kind of summery, orangey, playful fun. I'm thinking of the brief and all the words that we use to describe the brand, so I'm thinking this one's a goner too. All right, so between these two, I really like the curve one. This one is interesting to me though. It is a sans serif, but there are just some really unique properties to this font, so that's kind of why I chose it. I don't know. Let's compare what we've go ahead and gone down to. Okay, we are down to 6, so we've got to we've got to narrow this down quite a bit. Okay, I think first off, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one because it is pulling in some weird things. With the Y and the R, and I just don't feel like messing with that, so we're gonna off the bat get rid of that. Out of all of these, if I had to pick my top 2, it would probably be these two in the middle. So now we are here. I'm really leaning towards this top font. I love the curvature of the Y, the T and the L's and the I's. I think I could do a lot of manipulation to it. I am a little concerned about the S's, but I wonder if I could just work on that a little bit. And I do love this one. Let's look at the glyphs for this one. I do love that it's a sans serif. Okay, I think we're going to toss that one because I am leaning towards the bold serif fonts. I think I could make this one work with the glyphs that are included. And I could bolden the C up a bit to make it match this one. I really do like the S's on this font. And I love that the S and the T connect and they make a heart shape. Hold on, let me try a different C for this. So that's the only other C that they have. I would like this C with this font. Does anybody else have that problem? Okay, I think what we're going to do is go with the top one just because that one feels like the C's are there's just too much going on there. So I think we have narrowed it down. This font is called Pink Sunset, which pretty much vibes with the look that we're going for. Summery, fruit, refreshing, health conscious. So we're going to go in this direction. I'm now going to manipulate this. I'm going to turn it into an outline. And we're just going to play with our pencil tool and just see what we can come up with. The middle of the word, these could be technically 2 words. So the sister and the licious. Just a pro tip, if you are manipulating a font, to always duplicate so you can go backwards if you made some changes that you're a little too nervous about. Okay, I do like that better, so we're gonna work with this a little bit. Yeah, I'm thinking the stacked on top of each other is better, but let me know what you guys think in the... I did like those other fonts connecting the S and the T, so let's play with that and just see. I think the visual hierarchy is throwing me off a little with this R and the L. There's just not enough going on. So let's look for another glyph. Okay, I think we've actually nailed down the watermark pretty close to what I am envisioning, and we are going to set this aside for now and come back to it. I really want to work on the logo mark. I may incorporate this little diamond piece here, so I'm gonna come back to this and refresh and kind of clear my head and look at it later. Sometimes a fresh pair of eyes just really helps come back to it, but I am liking the way it's turning out. I'm just not sure that the hierarchy is working with this L. I feel like it's sticking out a little too far and it's just not balanced with the rest of the logo. I don't know if I should reduce the size and add that. I'm just not sure. I'm playing with it and seeing what works. I do like the stacked version of the logo better than the long word itself. So just making some design decisions here on what I need to do with this L. Do I need to cut it off? Make it the regular L again? I mean, that does kind of tie it in, but I like the swoop on the other one. I don't know. I could reduce the size of the Licious and pull it in, but it just feels like it's off. So I don't know. I may need to come back to this tomorrow after I've cleared my head a little bit and figure out what I need to do there. So in every version, I've been trying to work out how to balance it with the R on the other side, and it does kind of seem to balance. And I love the way that the R kind of looks like the fallopian tubes of a uterus. I believe that's the fallopian tubes. I'm not a medical professional, so don't quote me. I don't know. I don't know if it is too far out there and how to fix it. So I may need a fresh pair of eyes to give me some critique, and then we will come back to the word mark later. So thanks so much for joining me on this part of the logo design phase. Sometimes it's a struggle. Okay, so after taking a couple of days of break and coming back to this design, I'm looking at it now and I really don't know how to pair the word mark with the logo mark. I've tried the Y in with the word mark as the Y, and I've tried resizing this and making this small and putting it here, but it just seems to kind of not go together. So today I'm just gonna try and fit these together. I'm happy with the word mark, and I'm happy with the logo mark, as it does incorporate the uterus, but it's not just so in your face. I really think if I could make this into a different shape, this top piece here, that it would make me feel a little better, maybe more of a circle with the star. I think that's what I'm going to work on today. So I'm going to put you on fast forward and do a little time lapse, and we will get into that. Okay, so I think the logo is done, the mark is done, the color combination is done. Now we are on to presentation and mock-ups. So this is my favorite part because this is where you really get to see the brand logo mark and all that come to life on how it would actually be used in a real world scenario. So what I'm going to do is go straight to Envato Elements. We're going to pick us out some mock-ups to use, and I will show you the process of how I bring this into Photoshop and add the design into mock-ups, and then I'll show you the full brand presentation because I wouldn't present this logo to a client like it is right now. This is just to see how it's going to look. I will put certain elements of this into the brand presentation, but really what I do is explain my process, explain my design decisions. I pretty much show them how we arrived at this particular logo mark and word mark, and also the color combination as well, because we really are trying to stick with that creative direction that we worked on in the beginning. So this is Envato Elements, and I'm really gonna want something like this because it shows a box with labels. I thought about something like that, but I don't know if that's too... I really need like the cardboard, like what your food containers would come in. So I really want like giant boxes. Yeah, so box packaging mock-up, here we go. And then I'm going to actually make it on brand by adding in the logo, by adding in the colors. So this is really what I want. So if you think about, have you ever ordered food from like, say, Factor or HelloFresh? Usually they come in bags or in little to-go containers that you can throw away. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. Some containers that I really haven't seen before. Cysterlicious. I'm kind of leaning towards this, but I feel like that's more like a takeaway. This one is probably going to be more like the packaging that I'm looking for. So I'm going to actually download that one just in case. So let's jump over into Photoshop and I will show you how I do that.